That might make it worth it.
There's one.
All right, so we are out, return to the Driftless today. It is June and we're hoping for some nice weather. Did not get it. It's been raining a ton. It's very overcast. It's been fairly cold. Temps are like low 60 right now. But the water looks pretty good. It's fairly clear today and we did already throw a couple casts. We've caught a couple of fish. Seems like fish are in fairly fast water.
They're in fast water.
There's a tiny bit of tint, but really not bad. So I think we could have some pretty good fishing out here, but it's not quite the.
I've actually seen a few risers here.
Well, that'd be good. Yeah, that's what we'd love to see is some risers and get on some dry fly bites here. Could be a good morning out here. There we go. Ooh. Man, swing and a miss. That looked like a good brown trout too. There we go. There we go. Nice brown. Let me show them to you real quick. We'll get them right back in. Let's check that out. That's a pretty nice trout right there. I mean, that is just beautiful coloring. What more could you really ask for? Buttery brown. One more look for you. Good brown. We'll send him free. So sick. All right, my dad's going for it first. We've got a nice little deep pocket that we're on.
There's one. It's a jumper. Just a little guy.
Tiny one, huh?
I was born yesterday. I got 2 shots for that, right?
I'm definitely back in. Sorry about it. Were you recording any of that?
What's that?
Were you recording any of that?
Well, I don't know. I didn't notice if the red dot was on.
All right. Red dot's gotta be on.
Oh, that was the fish I had on.
That was a fish.
That was the fish I had on. That's 2.
Having the problem JT was having on the Tuckasegee. Nibbled by minnows.
Getting hookups.
There we go.
You let them have that long enough.
Not a bad one.
Is that a better one?
A little better. Probably a nettable size. I'd say it's a nettable size. There we go. That is a very nice driftless brown trout. Just wiggling them. Not my best release. All right, so it's been good so far. We've seen a ton of fish, gotten a lot of them on like small midges. The water's actually a lot clearer than I thought it would be. And lots of fish in the riffle, like way up high, but that makes sense. It's June out here. Water temps are a little higher. They're probably, mid to high 50s right now. So makes sense the fish would be up in there. We started seeing some risers, which I was stoked about. I went ahead and tied a couple dry flies on, and I got several hits like right away on the dry flies, but just nothing could connect for some reason. I don't know what it was, but yeah, several of them just hitting it really aggressively, but not quite getting it in their mouths. So I still have dry flies as of right now. We moved up to a little slower of a run here, and I don't know if fish are really going to go after it in this. I haven't seen any rises up here yet, so I might have to go back to the nymphs, but I'm hoping to keep the dries on for a minute. See if anything likes this. There we go. Went a little smaller on the dry. Kind of like one of the smallest little gnats that I had. There we go. That's what we wanted. That is what we wanted. You net this for me? That was awesome. It's good nice. Brown.
It's a nice one.
That's what I was watching come up. I knew there's a better one in there, just a leopard spotted brown. And he finally came for that dry. I switched to the Griffiths gnat. Hey, stop flopping, buddy. Fine, go your way. That's awesome. Yeah, that might make it worth it. Ooh. Wow. That makes it pretty worth it if we can get this guy in. Man, this is gonna be a battle though. I've got a pretty thin line. I know I've got him hooked, not great. And I know there's a wind knot in my line. This is gonna be the tough part here. Oh man. All right, I was starting to think I need to switch from the dries, and I might. I think I still might, but that does make it pretty darn worthwhile to get that fish on a dry fly. He just came up and sipped it, set it, he hit the top fly, the Caddis, and the fly popped out. Luckily, I had a trailer that went and got him right in the corner of the mouth. And I'll tell you, that is a strong argument for fishing a trailer, no matter what, is that fish would have been gone. But instead, we did get him. So, beautiful fish. Came right back in, swam right off healthy. I love driftless brown trout. They're just leopard spotted, super brown, orange, buttery. That's cool. All right, so I have been smacking them on dry flies, doing pretty good. I am going to switch over to nymphs again. I just can't shake the feeling that, for every one fish I'm catching, I could be catching about 3 to 5. And so they are still rising. There's still sporadic kind of rises going on. I'll bet there'll even be points where I'll be like, man, I'm an idiot for fishing this. One thing is, I have not seen a ton of big fish in this particular spot rising. And I just know there's a lot more throughout here. So I'm gonna try the nymph, and maybe it's a mistake. And I've got my dry flies right here on my bag, and I'll switch right back. But I think we're gonna crush them on the nymphs here. I knew there had to be something in it. There we go. There was indeed fish in there. All right. There was a fish in there. Thankful to see it. All right, so got one more in the nymph up there. Maybe missed one other hit. We're starting to run low on time here, so we're gonna head back down. There's maybe one more spot that I would really like to hit. I think my dad would like to hit before we make it out of here and head out. So a couple more and we got to call it and get out of here, but it's been great so far. So I do think good potential for the best fish of the day to come from this last spot here. So stay tuned. finally we got one. Granted, it is not exactly the one we were hoping for. He's going nuts. But it's a fish on a dry. Can't complain about that. There we go. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. That's a good fish. That might be pushing my best brown of the day. There we go. All right. Heck yeah. Okay. And that can be our last fish of the day here. Just a super healthy driftless brown trout. Again, just love catching these fish. They're so healthy. I love that these fish are probably born in the stream. These are not stock trout. Flies out of his mouth. Again, gorgeous. So stoked. Great day to get out here. The weather looked horrible. Let's get that guy in. Weather looked horrible, and we were saying, I don't know if we should go at all. But decided, you know what? We got waders, we've got rain jackets. Let's just go. If it rains, it rains. And really glad we did. It was an incredible day out here. So definitely a really good memory with my dad. So stoked that I could get out here and hit some driftless fly fishing while I was back here. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next one here.